Is it just me or is it Christmas? Because we've got a new present from the brewing peoples, ladies and gents. It's time to do a review of the iGulu S1 machine. And here we have the new machine unboxed and ready to rock and roll. So this thing on appearance is different. It is black, it's sexy, it's cool. It looks kind of like the Starship Enterprise. It's very Star Trek, isn't it, this one? Very futuristic. We've got all the parts laid out in front of us. In this one, we're gonna be doing an Irish stout in this bad boy right here as we do our comparison. And we'll throw an English porter into the white one, which seems fitting to have the Irish and the English pitted against each other. But the one really cool factor about this machine is that you have pressure control, so you can actually determine how much pressure is carried out and held in the keg during fermentation, which is super critical, something that was a little bit of a sore point in the original iGulu because it would just ramp up pressure until the point where it was released out of the pressure release valve. The second really cool part is that you can do pressure transfers, which is an absolute game changer. For one reason, you can do pressure transfers into bottles, so you can actually have travel bottles. If you want to take it over to a mate, so go to the park, go to the beach or something, you want to take a beer with you, you can actually pressure transfer into these bottles here and take it on the go. The second really cool part is because you can do pressure transfers, it also means that you can transfer between iGulu kegs. So whether that's because you want to clarify in one keg, use it kind of like a bright tank and then transfer to another with crystal clear beer, you could do it like that. But you could also do dry hopping, zero oxygen dry hopping. So if you've got two of these iGulu kegs like we do, for example, let me grab this. You can transfer from one iGulu to the other. So you might dry hop in this one, let all that trub settle down to the bottom with the cold crash, and then transfer it without any oxygen into the new keg and plonk that one into the iGulu again for serving, which is really cool. So it gives you all the functionality of traditional brewing, but with a really handy all-in-one unit, which is just awesome. So let's clean this stuff up, get it assembled, and start playing with it. The new S1 machine also comes in at a much more cost-effective price point than the original iGulu F1, so it makes it a little bit easier to get into this cool equipment. Another thing you can do is get the premium update with iGulu so that you can unlock your machine to release all the customizable features basically, so that you can set up your own fermentation schedules, your own temperatures, your own fermentation pressures, so that you can set up your recipes to be exactly the way that you want. So in the new iGulu, we're gonna do the Irish dry stout, or the creamy Irish stout. So if we tip out the bag, we've got a whole bunch of goodies. We have our darker malt extract. So this machine and iGulu uses dry malt extract powder to get your fermentable sugars and your flavors. So we've got the darker stuff, we've got the base malt essentially. Here we also have our hop oil addition. So this is both for bittering and for hop aroma and flavor. We have our packets of dry yeast that we can throw in at the end. And of course, we also have our RFID chips. So these are basically little stickers that when you scan them to the machine, it'll unlock the recipe schedule for this particular beer, so that all you have to do is hit start and the machine takes care of the rest. Now, for the English style porter, we have actually a lot less malt. So here we have our dark style dry malt extract. We have different varieties of hop oils. One is purely for bitterness, one is purely for flavor and aroma, and it's more in the Old English variety. Or is it a German variety there? I can't see it upside down. Here we have our dry yeast and another RFID chip that will unlock a different fermentation schedule for this particular batch. Now, to make this one, it is really easy. We just need to fill the water level up to that 116 ounce mark that you can see on the side of the iGulu right there. So that makes measuring our water out super simple. Then we just rip open our hop extracts and throw them in first. In it goes. Always curious about what it smells like. Yeah.
Do a shot of that,
man. A shot of that. That would be bitter. It'd be like one of those SpongeBob scenes where he just dries up and shrivels into a prune instantly.
Maybe that will make it a good short.
The most sour lemon ever.
Add it to some vodka and mix it.
Oh gosh, that...
Poppy vodka.
That sounds awful. Next, we throw in all of our sugars. So I'm going to throw in these darker sugars first, because why not?
Are we changing the color?
You would hope so. It'd be really worrying if it didn't. Yeah, you got to add your food dye in to change the color later.
Who does it better, the English or the Irish?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, aren't we? Hard to argue with an Irishman not making better booze. I mean, they definitely drink better. Do they make it better? All right, now lastly, we put in our base malt extract, which is also going to like provide the bulk of the sugars and the fermentables, but also, you know, that classic Irish stout flavor and aroma. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Woo! Give that a little shake, let it start to settle. And then lastly, we're gonna throw in our yeast. And I know that this seems odd to just dump this stuff in and leave it as is. That's literally how you're meant to do it. This will dissolve, the yeast will eventually start munching up these sugars, and the whole idea behind this being a no hot water, no brew day kind of system is that it allows anybody to make their own beer at home, regardless of how much experience they have with brewing or how much time they have, how much money they have to spend on fancy equipment. And it makes it really, really easy to make your own beer at home in a really small space, because you can just do this in a kitchen top counter in a small studio apartment and you'll have beer on tap, which is honestly pretty cool. It lowers the barrier to entry in some ways for people to get into the world of brewing. Now we can close this up and pop it into the fermenter. Now we are ready to close this up. So you notice the lid has a dip tube that goes straight down the center. That's where the beer is going to be drawn up through later, because this is an all-in-one unit. You don't need separate vessels to set up your fermentation and then to serve. This will act as both the fermentation chamber and then also as the keg. So now that all of this is a closed environment, that yeast is going to start munching up those sugars. We can pop this into the machine, scan our RFID card, and then that's going to set up our schedule so that all we have to do is sit back and wait. In the fermenter goes, placing it straight in like so. Then we're going to connect our gas tube onto the gas inlet post / outlet post right here. That's going to let the iGulu machine know how much pressure is inside this chamber at any given time, as well as provide the means to pump either oxygen if you wish to, or carbon dioxide if you want the adapter, into the fermentation chamber so that it can actually push beer out when you pull the lever. Now let's close this up and scan our card. Boop. I can't see it, you might have to press it.
Yep.
There we go, easy as that. We've done a brew day in about 2 minutes. So we're gonna set up this next recipe off camera, and then we'll come back to you in about 2 weeks when we've got beers on tap in our own home. See you in a minute. It is now about 2 weeks later since we put all the ingredients into our iGulu, and it's now time to pour some beer. So let's do the honors. And because we're doing a comparison between the two recipes and the two machines, let's pour our schooner of the, what was this again?
Porter?
Porter? No, yes, this one is an English porter. I definitely remembered that, and we're definitely not terrible putting these videos together. All right, let's compare the two beers now, shall we? Now, first, visually, before we go in for the taste, this one here is the porter, this one's the stout. The stout is definitely looking like a stout. That thing is black. The porter has more of like a dark Irish red tinge to it. It's got actually quite a nice hue of red. Let's go in for the flavors, shall we? I would say that the porter tastes actually quite a bit more like a dark amber ale. Not bad, actually. It's quite fruity, surprisingly fruity. Not too shabby at all. Fairly clean as far as yeast esters go. I think that fruit is primarily coming from the mosaic hop oil, but now let's go in for the stout. This is the one I've been excited for. Wow, that actually does taste like a stout. That's actually, I think this is the best recipe so far that we put into any of these iGulu units, including, you know, the other videos that are going to link up there. That's actually really good. It's got more ester character, more yeast ester profile than the porter does, but I have a sneaking suspicion that's also because of the control that the machine itself has over pressure fermentation. It doesn't go too far into the pressure fermentation. It caps it out at a certain level, because the more pressure you ferment under, the more suppressed the yeast esters are going to be. So I think this one did a really good job with the unit not suppressing all of the yeast flavor here. And there's also quite a decent thickness of body. It is quite silky, almost like it had a lot of oatmeal in there, like really silking out that body. It's actually quite nice. Odin, have a little try of that one. That's really delightful. The other thing that we haven't mentioned with these machines yet is that they have a very cool adaptation to the iGulu S1. In order to make it cheaper, it doesn't have an inbuilt CO2 option to put in a like a soda stream bottle, but you can have that as a separate module. But the advantage of that is it also means that it's more modular. So as the B-roll is showing you right now, you have an option for different CO2 port outlets so that you could run the same gas bottle to multiple iGulu machines, or if you wanted to, you could use it to do pressure transfers of your beers. So let's show you how we transfer it into a bottle if we wanted to take this one on the road. Now, this is the new addition to the iGulu range that allows you to do transfers of beer so that you can take them on the go with you. The thing that you'll notice about the top here is that this has a controlled airlock setup. So what this means is this post here acts as both a gas in as well as a beer in post. And then here you have a pressure release valve, so you can release gas as needed. The reason why it's so clever is because when you want to transfer beer somewhere, you don't want that beer to touch oxygen until the time that you're actually pouring it into a glass and drinking it, or you're going to oxidize and ruin the beer. So what this allows you to do, for example, and there is better ways to do this, but I'm just making it quick and easy for us for the video purposes, because there's gas in that keg right now. I can connect this to the gas, so now there's CO2 inside this little bottle. I can then release it to purge the gas out of here, and thereby also purging the oxygen out of this bottle. So now this is a zero oxygen environment. So now what we can do is we can connect the beer line to the outlet on the iGulu machine itself. We can then connect the other end of the line onto the bottle. Make sure that you do have this clamp in the middle closed, because some people, not to name myself, might transfer originally with that open and start spraying beer out the other end. So make sure that's closed so that you don't do what some people may have done in scenes off camera. Now we can open up this clamp here, and we're gonna start letting our beer flow into the bottle. So just like that, we have a closed system transfer. All you're gonna need to do is every now and again, let a little bit of gas out the top here so that you can keep the beer flowing on in. But then once this thing is filled up, disconnect this little beer post here with the little button there, and then you can take your beers on the go. I probably shouldn't shake this around because we're going to disturb our beer. But just like that, this allows you to transfer beers and have them on the go, as well as transfer between fermenters. As I mentioned earlier in the video, you could have two fermenters as a part of your unit. One will be for the primary fermentation, then you can throw some dry hops into the other, transfer onto the hops, and transfer back into the original fermenter if you want to have a nice clear beer at the end of it. So this gives you a whole bunch of versatility with the iGulu range, and basically the same functionality that you have with fancy stainless steel. Now, I don't actually know what I was going to say next. I guess thank you so much for watching, guys. That's about all we have to show for today, because this has been an absolute pleasure trying out the new iGulu S1 machine. If you do want to pick one of these up, use the link down below. You'll get $100 off your unit, and happy brewing. We'll see you next time.